Whew. Right. What am I doing? So yeah, share the link. And then I need to log out. Okay, all done. So hi, welcome to what's it? YouTube. I was going to say Ustream and Facebook. It's YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. All these different social media things. Yeah, welcome to YouTube. So if you're not aware, I've changed the stream time to 8:30 p.m. Basically, I just couldn't manage to do 8:30 at the moment during this you know, period of staying in a lot. So yeah, so I've changed it to 9:30, which is a bit easier for me with getting the kids to get to bed and stuff. So it's now 9:30 p.m. UK time. Yeah, so things change. Apart from that, it's still the same. I do the introduction and then you ask questions through Skype. My Skype address is Rebekah Maroon. So you friend me on Skype and send questions or message to call. You can call me on Skype as well. Yeah, so that's the way it kind of works. So yeah. So I have a title for this talk, which I can't see. But before I go into the title, I'll just sit for a little bit and set the tone. I don't know. I'll just sit for a little bit. And just enjoy this. So non-duality isn't about anything. It isn't about something. It isn't about nothing either. Nothing as an idea of nothing. It isn't about that either. Any concept of nothing the brain may have isn't about that either. So it isn't about anything. Which can seem quite harsh when there's been that story of a spiritual journey. So for most people in this subject, there's been a story of a spiritual journey, being on some spiritual path to somewhere called enlightenment or somewhere called liberation. So you might feel a bit shortchanged or something when you really begin to hear non-duality, like this isn't about something for you and that story of you. So it isn't about you finally reaching this end point, this arrival point. So what is non-duality about then? If it isn't about me and my story, if it isn't about me arriving somewhere and getting there, excuse me, in time, then what is the point? What is it about? And that's something that. Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2 1 2. There's no green bar, but I'm assuming I can be heard. Yeah, so this isn't about that story of you arriving, not arriving, getting, not getting. This isn't about that story of you. And that's why it's so radical. It's so radical because all stories are about someone, making it, someone reaching the point of making it. So even in spirituality, it's about I'm meditating for my journey to get somewhere, to arrive at some point. It's all about me and my journey, me and the story of me. I'm healing to make my life better, to get to this healed, peaceful, balanced, still point for me. So usually all things are about the person, about the story of someone. And I'm not even like criticizing that either. I'm just describing that. I'm not saying it's bad or it shouldn't be. I'm just describing the way non-duality is different to the general messages or the general story of someone in time. So this is radically different from that because it's I don't want to say it's the end of the story, but it's the end of, because stories are just part of functioning. It's the end of that story of someone, which seems to be talking about movement and time, but it's the end of that story of someone being reality, being who's sitting here and who's doing and listening and speaking. It's the end of that being someone. So it's the end of that investment Although even saying that is a bit misleading, because obviously the human's going to be in favor of that particular body being successful, being having the best this or the best that, or being happy or being in pleasure. But it's the end of that being important. It isn't who you are. It isn't who you are. It's an appearance appearing of someone, a story of someone, a perspective of someone, but it's no longer a reality. You aren't that. You aren't that. So often the question, is, what about me? How do I get there? How do I make it? How do I become free? How do I see what's being spoken about? That's often the question after these talks, is how do I do it? How do I get there? Which makes sense, a very logical thing to ask. How do I get there then? How do I do it then? Give me a formula, give me the steps, give me the instructions. It's quite a logical thing to ask. But this isn't about you getting there. It isn't about that story of you. It's more like a seeing of that, a seeing of that story, that one saying, how do I get there? What about me? It's more a seeing of that story, of that perspective, of that narrative, of that questioner, that sense of someone who isn't there on a journey to get there. It's more of seeing that's appearing, and who is seeing that, or what else is there other than that story of someone. There's such a belief in that story being who you are, that story being an actual someone who exists somewhere. So who is seeing that? It can't be who you are. It can't be a reality. It can't be truth. So even that emotion, that with that thought, that emotion of I'm stuck, I'm limited, I'm not there, I'm incomplete, I'm missing something, I'm moving through time. Who does it belong to? Whose is it? That feeling, that thought, that story of someone. Who's living in that? and that can't be seen or answered by that same story. So you can't then see that. You can't see that. Again, you could ask, who is seeing that? This is all head stuff. This is all mental stuff. It's all movement. Whereas right here, there's this stillness, this silence, this emptiness that isn't moving. It isn't affected by the movement of thought. So this is such a radical thing. It's such a radical thing. Such a radical thing. That this is appearing for no one. That this is happening to no one. That life is happening. And it's happening the way it's happening. Happening the way it's happening. So there are no steps to reach here. There are no steps to reach what is happening, what is appearing. There can only be steps when you're imagining something else, when you're dreaming about something else. There can be steps, but there's no steps to what is happening. That can be uncomfortable, or relaxing. It can be either. But it can be uncomfortable because the momentum has been future, future, future. Something else, something else, something else. So in this awakening, let's call it, there is no promise of pleasure. There's no promise of always being happy or blissed out or being popular or, I don't know, having lots of money or anything like that. There's no promise of anything. What can be promised is there's always this, there's always what's happening. That's the only thing there always is, what's happening. That's the only promise, that there is this. Whatever's appearing, that can be anything. That can be everything. This is it. This is it. This is it. It's a very simple message, really. Okay, just check if there's any messages on Skype. Can't find Skype. Let me use my not my phone, but let me use my laptop. Mm. Hi, Lucas. Hello, Rebecca. I was just trying to mute the audio. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Good to see you after 3 months.
3 months. Oh, I was gonna say that's a long time. Yeah.
Not months. Weeks.
Weeks. Yeah.
21 days. Yeah. Now you have 9:30.
Yeah.
So for me it's 10:30 in my country.
Okay.
So it's also good because I have a little time for relaxing.
Right.
Before I start to listen to you, because I always in the work on computer be tired, and after a few minutes going to you. So now I have long time for relaxing.
Okay. Yeah.
And what I want to say today is about your one sentence you said.
Okay.
You said life is just happened, and it's happened to no one, for no one. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to share. I feel the first part, but I actually not too much feel the second, because I am sure that all life is happening, and I think it's I think it's important to remember that life is also body mind, but our body mind. So I'm not saying I'm not doing nothing. It's happening itself, but I'm not the feel why it's. Can you tell me why? Are you sure life happened for no one? Because when I see that every day something functioning in me, I mean, if I have eyes, nose, I don't know, heart beating, and it's not collapsed. it seems like it's not accidentally, because I never see the man walking on the street, and I don't know, and I don't know, and have nose that's nose not going down, you know. All body is still all body, like something like the goal of life is to. I'm from Poland. My words is not only. I'm not good in English, but I mean, today, tomorrow, I will be woke up in my bed, and there will be still hand and all the functioning. So this is some kind of rules. The rules, they are, I think, for this being behind these eyes, maybe. I don't know. What do you think about this? Is the rules accidentally around us?
Yeah, well, there does seem to be rules. There seems to be consistency. So dropping an apple will fall down. We call it gravity. There are seemingly rules that the way this world seems to function. Yeah, there are seemingly consistencies. That doesn't imply that there's someone experiencing that. How does that imply there's someone living that consistency? So the mind can collect pictures of what happened yesterday and the day before, and imagine tomorrow there being a hand and there being this room appearing. But in the moment, there's just what's happening. There's just the room appearing. There's just the hands. There's just the apple dropping to the floor. There's just what's happening. So I don't know what you mean by how does that imply there's someone living that or seeing that? Where does the someone part fit into that?
Because in my, even not my, but maybe in my point of view, there is someone inside me, because who I am is maybe no one and nothing. All my body is only happening itself, but some part of me, maybe this part is not in time and not in space, but is the witness of Lucas, not Rebekah, but Lucas. So something from the eternity is, sorry for the word.
Yeah, it's okay. So you're saying that there's a story of Lucas that plays out.
Yes, and but the story of Lucas plays by itself.
Yeah.
But there is some witness of this, and this witness can do nothing but seeing only Lucas. So the story of Lucas is for this witness. Huh? I don't know. I don't feel to. I don't know how to say, but I think the witness is not in time, not in space. It isn't something, but see only Lucas every day. So Lucas is for this one nothing. I don't know.
Who is this witness? What's the witness to you?
For me?
Yeah, you say witness. Who do you mean by witness? What's the witness?
For me, witness is something when when it's something I cannot. This witness is something I cannot see and I cannot touch because it's in other way. I don't know. Did you know what I mean? Someone said the real you is like the eye cannot see itself, or the tongue cannot lick itself, and I think between my eyes is something what is nothing, but this is something immortal.
Yeah, it's just that all these
nothing, but this nothing is claimed to look us every day. And this is nothing because the real me cannot do anything, because who am I is eternal and mortal and cannot do nothing.
You see, all these things become so like irrelevant. All these ideas become so irrelevant. They really do. All these ideas of witness, of someone seeing or knowing, they become so irrelevant and so not real or true. They aren't true. There is no witness. There is no one watching anything. There's no one. There's no one who's knowing all of this. These are just thoughts and ideas. They aren't truth.
Yeah, for me, witness is not someone who knows something or watching. For me, witness is the pure nothing, but always behind my eyes. This is just I don't know.
Yeah, but who knows that? Who can say there's a witness behind my eyes? Who's saying that? Reporting that?
I'm not saying what I'm saying, but this message is about some witness. I don't know. I don't know. For me, the witness is something also. I know. I like the word witness. Can I ask you what do you think about the word witness? What is this something mean to you, special, or is it just any next word?
No, it's not special. It's not special. I kind of see it as a knowing, like a knowing function of knowing, a function of the mind knowing something, knowing and seeing something. So I don't see it as being special or being true. So the mind begins to think it knows something, it's seen something, it can, but that's not truth. It's not truth.
Is this really important what we talk now?
No, it can't be important. It can't be important. Nothing can be important. I mean, relatively, but not actually important. Like it loses all meaning in a way. It loses all truth. It loses everything.
Yeah. So it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. This total not knowing, this total nakedness, this total collapsing of everything is going back to what is already free.
In other lives, you can talk what I talk, and I can talk your words. It's changing roles can be.
Well, it's already happening like that already. There's just speaking happening.
Yes.
Who's speaking? Who knows if it's you or me? There's just speaking happening.
Yeah.
Who can differentiate between?
Yeah. It's just speaking from one everything. is one speaking, not your, not mine, but just one. And yeah,
it's everything speaking.
Yeah, with itself.
Yeah.
But through us, you don't say that Rebekah is just totally no one. There is some perspective when Rebekah exists, yes, or there is.
What's Rebekah? I don't even know what that is. I mean, yeah, it functions like that. It functions as if there's a Rebekah, as if there's actually someone called Rebekah. There's a somebody. So it functions like that, as if the human is seemingly autonomous, seemingly functioning as if it's a doer. But that's only an appearance of that. That's only in language, in describing things. In reality, there isn't a Rebekah. There isn't someone. There's a body, a vehicle, a machine with its conditioning, its learnt patterns, inherited patterns. But that's it. That's all it is. It's nothing special, or there's nothing. Yeah, it's just the way it is. With humans, we have this thinking that can speak, create ideas and concepts.
Yeah. Well, you said nothing special, or maybe it's nothing special, and at the same time everything is very special, or not. Can you think about everything is in some way special?
Yeah, you can say everything's special or not special.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Either way, yeah. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Special and not special at the same time.
There's just what's happening. There's just this. It doesn't need the label of special, not special. It's just whatever it is. Like it's too simple. It's too simple for the mind. The mind wants some complicated story about it, and yeah, it's just too simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got to talk something, because non-stop silence, 60 minutes of silence, maybe it's not for the stream. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling and speaking.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas.
Nice
yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye. So there are no more questions at the moment. So can this really be it? Can this really be what we've been longing for? Can this really be it? Can all problems dissolve here? Can all concerns and fears dissolve here in this moment of what's happening? Can life be really this simple? Can life really be this easy? Can life be enough? Does life really need to be controlled? Does it really need someone living it, trying to control and sort it out? Or can life just be happening the way it's happening, flowing the way it's flowing, appearing the way it's appearing? Is the orchestrator of this merely a dream? The orchestrator of action, can that really be someone? And if so, how? How are you controlling this? How are you producing this live? It's a crazy idea that's caught on in humanity. The idea that we are people in here controlling what is happening. It's a crazy idea. And with that idea, with the belief in the idea taking hold, suffering comes with it. You are really here listening to these words, that Rebekah's there speaking these words. You are living your life. You have to understand something. You have to reach something. You must choose what happens. You have to understand something. It's simply not true. It's not true. Okay, so thank you for joining. Thank you for calling, Lucas. It's really nice to speak to someone on the stream. So thank you. Okay, so I'm back next week if life produces that. Have a good week. Bye. Oh, bye.